All right, guys, let's double click. Let's go to our project browser, scroll to the very top, under the floor plans, double click on site, double click on site, okay? Make sure it turns like a dark black, it kind of gets bolded. You should see, oh, sorry, you should see the site plan on the screen, okay? Now, before we keep going or continue going, every time we created a new sheet, okay, it was opening windows. So right now I have a whole bunch of windows open, slowing down my computer. So what I want you to do, and more than likely you all as well, what we're going to do is we're going to press this button up here in my quick access toolbar that will close all the other windows except this one that I'm on. Okay. This will free up memory within your laptop or computer so that we can work a little bit faster. Not that all those windows are going to slow us down a lot. Right now, no. But once we start putting a lot of stuff in our project, walls, doors, windows, things like that, it's going to blog it down. So get into the habit that every once in a while, oh, I don't need the rest of the stuff, boom, close it. Even if you have to go back to a sheet and open it again, close it. Don't worry about it. This is going to keep your computer running at peak performance a little bit faster every single time. We good? All right. All right. Next thing I want you to do, select one of these guys. Oh, I don't know if I covered this before or not. Selecting works the same way as in AutoCAD. We have the window selectioning method. Here it doesn't change colors like in AutoCAD, but you can see the outline. You see a solid line around this rectangle that I've got. That means it's a window. I've got to cover it completely. Okay. If I use cross selectioning method, this would be the green in AutoCAD, the green window or green box. It has a hidden line on the outside. So this one, as you can see, is a green hidden line. So long as I touch it with the lines, it'll select it. Okay, it works the same way as in CAD, okay? So I'm gonna select only one of these guys, okay? These are my exterior elevation symbols. Well, we don't show these in the site plan. So we're gonna hide them. Remember, do not delete anything from anywhere unless we really have to delete it, and I'll tell you. But for the most part, if we don't wanna see it here, we don't want it to print, we hide it. So how do you hide it? On the ribbon, there's a blue light bulb right here, and you click on it. And there's two things. You can hide element or hide category. Okay? The difference is this. Pay attention. Don't do this part. Look at my screen. If I hit hide element, it will only hide that one that I had selected. The other three stay on my screen. You see that? All right, I'm going to do undo. If I select it and I know that I don't need any of those, I can hide category and it hides them all. Okay, so there's a difference in which one you choose. And it's important to know that there are other things that fall in that category. So sometimes you may want to show one thing and not the other. And so it's important to know the difference and when to use what. In this case, I'm not going to need those or any of the other ones that fall within that category. I already know. I've done this a long time. So hide category, guys. Hide them all. All right. Here it is, 138. I don't recall which one I used to show you, and I drew out here to find the max width and max depth. I don't remember if it was this one or another one. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to not really draw my full site plan out, but I'm going to start with my site plan. Okay? I'm going to find my max width, max depth within the software. I know I can do it out here and on paper, but in the software so I can already start progressing. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to massing and site. Massing and site. It's on the ribbon. It's one of your tabs. Massing and site tab. Okay? In the massing and site tab, there is a tool called property line. Do you see that? I'm going to give you the answer. You see it there. Look at your ribbon. Property line. Yes, right? It's almost the last one on the right-hand side. There's two other ones, but we activate it. Click on it. Okay? All right. Now, there's two ways you can create your property lines. One is entering bearings and distances. Number two is by sketch. Okay? You want to always use the top one. Okay? Now, if for whatever reason, okay, you cannot find a plat, a legal description, a survey, anything where you can use that, then sketch it out. But even at that, guys, I'm going to say don't do it that way. Okay? Get the survey first. Okay? All right, so we're going to use the top one. All right, it's going to open this window. Okay. Now, because we have the subdivision plat, we have our distances and our bearings. Okay, so we're going to start with lot number 138. I'm going to start in the lower right-hand corner. Okay, I'm telling you where I'm starting. Lower right-hand corner, and we're going to go clockwise till we get all the way back. That's how it works, okay? So we're starting here, okay, lower right-hand corner, and I'm going to go across, up, back, and then back down, right? All right. So what's my distance? 75 feet. Yes, sir. All right. So over here where it says distance, you're going to click in here and type 75. Enter. All right. Now, bearing. What is my bearing? Do y'all know what bearings are? You can say no, but you should have already taken Intro to Civil, so you should have an idea what a bearing is. Not this class? They still take. Oh, well, it depends. If they did the small certificate, Ruben says yes, he knows what bearings are. So, blueprint? Blueprint covers it. Bearings? No? No? Measure angle measurement. That's what it is. A bearing is the angle measurement. All right. So, real quick, I'm going to show you two things real quick. Really quick, okay? So number one, CAD, okay, regular CAD, right? 0, 90, 180, 270, right? And you measure angles like that, all the way back to 360. Yes? Yes. You should know that. That's AutoCAD. That's how you measure in AutoCAD. Okay? Bearings. Same idea, same concept, except you have north, south, east, and west. Okay? Bearings only work or are only measured in increments of 90 degrees. So I can have southeast angle going in the southeast direction. So I'm standing here, I'm going to walk in this direction to the south and east. I can do southwest, and I'm walking this way, or northeast, going that way, or northwest, going that way. Okay? So if I have a line here, about 45, right? Plus or minus a few degrees there. We'll say that this is 48. I think it's closer that way than it is to the middle, right? That way. That's how is this bearing? S 48 degrees east. That's a bearing. Good? Okay. Online, hopefully they can see. Yes. Now, here's the thing. Because land is so valuable, okay, we don't stop at the degree. Okay? We're going to find an interval, something smaller than a degree. Basically, what's going to happen, and exaggerated here for good measures, I'm going to say this is 48, and this is, well, I went way too up there, but this is 49. Okay? 1 degree, right? We're going to take this base and we're going to divide it by 60. So we're going to break this up into 60 equal pieces. Okay? Now, that's 1 degree. Now we're breaking that up into 60 pieces. That's going to give you what we term minutes. It's oh, 1. I put seconds. Yes, sir. It's identified with the tick mark. It's not a foot. It's a minute. Okay? Yes? You got it? So 1 minute. I'm going to do a hidden line in here. Somewhere in there. There's a minute, right? But land is extremely valuable that now we're going to take this space and divide it by 60 to get 1 second. And again, it is so important, so valuable that we don't want to have a más o menos in that 1 degree. We're going to go down to as small as we can to find where that line actually is. Where do you own to? That's what bearings are. South, let's say this was 29 minutes, 36 seconds. So it's precision, the precision of the measurement of the angle. How precise are we going to get? Okay? Got it? Now we know what bearing is. Now you've heard it at least twice, blueprint reading and in my class. So no excuses from now on. When you get to final project over there with Mr. B, he's going to be like, you should know what a bearing is because Mr. Reyes and Mr. Amaya have shown you and I've shown you. Right? So bearings. Okay? Now, a bearing is used as part of a legal description called, anybody? Meets and bounds. Okay, meets and bounds is a legal description. Now, legal description. This is a legal, court of law, it's upheld by the court of law, description of the land that you own. Okay? So, legally, you've bought that land. That's what that means, right? So, let's look at our subdivision. And I always end up, it always ends up being not just do, but a lecture. I can't just sit here and tell you. Okay, so first of all, most of the lines run perpendicular to the boundary of the project. Okay, so if you notice, if you zoom in here like I did, I've got 75, but do I have a bearing? No, right? Not here. You can't see it here, right? Can you see a bearing that tells us which way we're going? No. Sometimes the road might tell us. Let's see the road. Nope, the road doesn't have a bearing either. Okay, let's move down to the bottom of the subdivision. Oh, here's the bearing. Nope, that's a distance. Oh, here's a bearing. Okay, so usually these lines get offset when they're creating these subdivisions. So it's always perpendicular to the boundary. So here's our bearing. North, 80 degrees, 20 minutes west. What's the top one?
Should be one on the top right there.
Oh, yeah, but it's opposite. Okay, I told you I'm starting at the bottom and I'm going around this way. All right, so if I'm going this way, bottom part of it, I need to look at the bottom part of the plat. Now, Mr. Amaya brought up a great point. He said it's the same. Well, it is the same. The meat is the same. Your start and your end is different. Because these lines are perpendicular, the beginning and the ending are inverted in one direction, right? So look down here, if I'm going from right to left, if I'm traveling from right to left, it's northwest. I'm going in a northwest direction, okay? But because they're perpendicular, when I get to the top and I'm going that way, to the right, I'm actually at the same angle, but I'm traveling in the opposite direction. I'm going southeast, northwest, 80-20. Okay, all right, so north is already there. Now, we're gonna click in here, we're gonna backspace, erase all the meat, all the middle, and just type 80 space 20. No need for D, no need for footmark, 80 space 20. That's it, enter. Computer knows. Look, as soon as you hit enter, 80 degrees, 20 minutes. What was letter? West, no? East. Lettering is important. West. Okay. West. All right. So now I'm standing right here. Oh, sorry. Go up. I'm standing right here. Now I need to travel up to the back, right? So what's my distance? I'm right here. How long do I have to walk? 120.40 feet. Okay. All right. So, okay. At the bottom, insert. Insert. Okay. Insert. Press insert right here. Insert. Okay. Click in here. I'm going to type 120.40, right? That's what it said. Hit enter. Because my units are architectural, when you do 120.40, it'll convert it into fractions of an inch. But it's the same distance. It's just automatically converting it. It won't leave it in decimal feet. All right, so what's the bearing for us going up? All right, so go to this side of the plat. North, 9 degrees, 40 minutes, east. Okay. North, erase this middle piece. 9 degrees, 40 minutes, east. 9 space 40, guys. Remember, space. You don't have to put the D. You don't have to put the tick mark. 9 space 40. Now, if I had seconds, guess what? 9 space 40 space, whatever the number is for my seconds, enter. Computer knows, space. It knows that it's going to the next unit of measurement. All right, so we're going to go insert again. So now I'm at the top left corner. I need to get to the top right corner, so I'm going this way. What's the distance? 75, because I traveled 75 at the bottom, so 75. Okay, enter. Now, going back to these lines are perpendicular. I don't need to go to the map anymore because I know if that was north, now I have to travel south. The meat, the stuff in the middle, is going to be the same, 8 space 20, enter. And then instead of west, we're going to go east. Oh, 80. Thank you, senor. 80 space 20. Gracias. Thank you for catching that. 80 space 20. Now, under any circumstances, should you ever use that? Never, ever, don't do it. Do not ever, under any circumstances, press this. Why? Because what did I tell you the meets and bounds were? Legal description. You must follow exactly what the survey says. If the survey ends up that it's open, it actually doesn't close, you can't close it just because you want to. You must follow what is listed on that survey, on that plat, on that whatever you have. It's a legal description. By you hitting at line to close, and if it's slightly off because you closed it and you forced it, you're not in compliance. You're breaking the law. We would double check the plat, the survey papers, and type it in as it's written there. Okay, and I'll show you something in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do 120. It was 120.40, ¿verdad? So we'll do Control A, 120.40 tab, south. And I've double checked this subdivision. Like I said, I already did a plan here, so I know that it closes. So I'm just gonna go opposite variance of what I did earlier and hit OK. Now, when you hit OK, don't click on the screen, move your mouse. This property follows your mouse, okay? Do you see that? Look. Now, I can place it anywhere, but kind of want to place it somewhere close to where I'm going to design, because eventually my property line and my floor plan have to line up and be one on top of each other so I can produce a site plan. Okay. Now, I'm going to place it more or less where it's hovering right now. Okay. How do you place it? Well, you just click on the screen. Oops. Man, I'm going to have my technician disable that little thing. I hate it. I did it from my laptop. Okay. That kept happening. So anyways, I placed it. How do you place it? Click on the screen. Click on the white. Okay. Now, I hit escape a couple of times. 2, by the way. So that I am not selecting anything. Okay. Now, Mr. Reyes, this looks all crooked. I know. That's how the land is out there. Okay. This is what is termed true north. This is how the lot is actually there. Now, you could print this like this with the site plan at an angle. The problem is that your house is then it's going to be vertical. It's going to be kind of hard to turn. It's a lot harder to turn the house to meet the site. It's a lot easier to turn the site to meet the house. Make sense? Okay. So the next couple of steps are important. Important. And in the sequence that I show you, okay? I guess, and I'll try to explain as I go. This property, this is how it's there, right? I told you, this is how it's there in the real world. And I told you that we started here and we went around this way. Meaning, okay, this is important, especially too for my veterans, meaning that the front of the house or the front road should be, and I'll show you how to do this in a little bit, okay? Don't worry. I know I'm going a little quick on this, but I'll explain how this works, because this line's gonna get messed up and I'm actually gonna have to delete it. Meaning that that's where the road is right now. Out there, that's where the road is, okay? So it's like this, and I wanna twist it and make sure that the road is on the bottom, okay? So it's important the way I'm gonna show you, because I'm gonna show you how to do it, because I've done it like this for a long time. So what you're gonna do, number one, is make sure you're not selecting anything. What you can do is you can click on the white, just to make sure you're not selecting anything. Number two, we're gonna look at the property box. You see the property box? Okay, in the property box, we're gonna scroll down and you're gonna look for orientation. Orientation is gonna be found right next to those first two edit boxes. Do you see orientation? Do you see how it says Project North? Okay, we're gonna click in there, click on the little drop down arrow, and we're gonna switch it to True North. Okay, that's the very first thing you have to do. Change your orientation to True North. So change your orientation, True North. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we're gonna go to Manage. Okay, we're gonna go to Manage. From Manage, we're going to look at Project Location. There's a panel, not a tool, a panel, Project Location. What are the panels? The panels are the words on the bottom here. So Project Location, you see that? In Project Location, you have 3 tools, okay? The tool we're gonna use is the middle one, I think? No, the last one. The one with a world and a sheet of paper, okay? You're gonna click the little drop down arrow and we're going to rotate True North. Okay, this one right here, rotate True North. Activate it, okay? Now, if you move your mouse to the screen, you're gonna see that your rotate tool, okay, your rotate tool is attached to this symbol, a triangle with a circle. Do you see that? Well, I don't want to, I can't base it off of this symbol, okay? I have to base it off of my property. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the options bar. Where was the options bar? Between the ribbon and the draw window. There's a little rectangle that goes all the way across. Remember? Right here. I pointed it out and I told you, remember where the options bar is. It's important. I'm going to tell you to go there frequently. Okay. In the options bar, there is a place button. Activate the place button. Okay. So now, when I move my mouse to the screen, I've got the rotate symbol. It's no longer tied to that icon, but I'm going to select the lower left-hand corner of the lot, okay? Now, where you get it from is important. I'm getting it from the, what is that? North, south, east, west corner that is closest to the street. That's basically what I'm doing, okay? We're going to click there, and now notice that the tool is tied to that corner. That's my hinge. That's going to stay in place, and I can rotate from there. Okay. The difference is this: it works different than AutoCAD. After you've placed that corner, what you have to do is first click 90 degrees vertically up. Okay. This is important. You must follow the steps this way or else it's not going to work. You're going to click vertically up, straight. Click there. Then you're going to click on the top left-hand corner of the property. Okay? When you click it, it's going to move. Now, yours may not seem like it moved a lot, but look at my line. See how the direction and the gap between these corners changed? It's because I adjusted the property. Okay? A couple of things left. Okay? 2 things left. I did it here too. Okay. Ni modo. I'm gonna live with it. My OCD. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Annotate. Go to annotate. This is important, and I'll explain all of this in a little bit. Okay. Go to annotate. Go to the annotate tab now. Okay. In the annotate tab, far left or far right. Excuse me. Far right. There's a little icon that looks like a big old datum. You see it? It says symbol. Click on that button. Do you see north arrow 2 here under properties? Okay, just drop it anywhere, right, somewhere like right there. It doesn't matter where, somewhere there. Hit escape after you do so. Okay, escape again, escape twice, sorry. Okay, you got it? The next thing you're going to do, which is literally the last thing, is you're going to make sure you're not clicking on anything. Click on the white. Come to your properties, scroll down and find orientation again. I missed it right here. Orientation. And we're going to set this back to project north. Okay? When you do so, did you see my property align? My property is now vertically up and down, horizontally perpendicular. Okay? But because of how I did it, remember earlier I told you we're going to have to, it's easier to move the land to match how we're going to draw the house than it is to move the house from straight to angle to meet the land. That's what I just showed you how to do. Okay? And I'm going to delete this line because it's not at the right angle anymore. I just wanted to show you, have something there so you can see what was going on the screen. Okay? Real quick, this symbol, I forgot to prepare you guys and have the one from the standards manual ready so we could use it. I really don't like this thing. Not that it's not nice, but this is what it's going to look like when it prints. Okay. Um, it does point north. There's a thick black line that points to north. This is true north. It's already on my plan. And because I followed this particular sequence, when I straighten my lot, my north is pointing at the right angle that it's supposed to. What happened, what actually happened is this, guys. If I select that circle, it's no longer gonna read 0, 0, 0. I should have shown you beforehand. Okay, beforehand, this said 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, or 90, I think is what it says, something like that. Because I changed it, I changed true north by moving the property to be up and down. Now it's got this negative numbers, positive numbers number over here instead of 0, 0, 0. Okay, but everything else is plan north. The only thing that changes is this guy right here, which is my survey point, my base point, base survey point or something like that. Now it's got an angle to it. Instead of being up and down at 0, 0, now it's tilted. It's tilted by 9.67 degrees. Make sense? I don't print this stuff out. Oh, I'm gonna get to the same spot with the other class. I don't print these two symbols out, so you can select them and hide them. I usually, and where they are on the screen, it really doesn't matter.